Welcome to the first full day of our Lenten journey. The first reading today is so appropriate for a beginning. It is the third discourse of Moses near the end of the book of Deuteronomy, the last book of the Pentateuch or Torah. The text gives us the image of the Israelites being very close to coming home after exile. They begin to dream and imagine this new future. Moses interrupts the Israelites with some very clear choices. Choose life and good, or choose death and evil. Love the Lord your God and walk in his ways. To paraphrase, Moses seems to be saying, did you learn anything from the exile? Let's get a new start, and this time, let's do it right. In the gospel for today, we read Jesus' first prediction of the fate that awaits him. And then Jesus goes on to state that to be his followers, we must join him in suffering, dying, and then rising to new life. Both Moses and Jesus set before us the way to start with newness and direction. So with these two readings in mind, how do we want to begin Lent? Let's start with walking God's ways. According to the Hebrew Scriptures, love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. How sincere is our love for God, and how deep is it? For example, when we pray, do we really express our love to God? Or does our prayer time end being a to-do list for God? If we reflect how we feel if someone's love for us seems totally based on how useful we are, this may call us to pray differently. Moving on to the second part about loving our neighbor as ourselves. Pick a group or an individual to focus on. Do our words and actions to others convey a sense of love, at least some of the time? How do we treat others? Is it really the way we would like to be treated? Now let's look again at today's gospel. If anyone wishes to come after me, they must deny themselves and take up their cross daily. Jesus clearly says daily. What does that cross look like in our life? Is it a certain circumstance? A certain person? Then once we name it, how are we to embrace this cross? It might be easy to name our cross, but it takes a lot more courage to embrace it. Bottom line, am I a real follower of Jesus? Certainly, this is not going to be a one-time look. Following Jesus is challenging. It's a good thing we have 40 days in Lent to work with this. Let's get started.